Hi viewers, welcome to my video lesson. Myself, Govardhanankam, working as Assistant Professor of Commerce, SKNR Government Arts and Science College, Jagitchal, Telangana. Today, in this my video lesson, I am going to present a topic from corporate accounting. It's for BCom 4th semester students. BCom second year, 4th semester corporate accounting. Today's my topic is accounts of banking companies. Today I am going to discuss with you on accounts of banking companies. Banking companies in India are governed by Banking Regulation Act 1949. In India, all the banking institutions or banking companies are governed and controlled by Banking Regulation Act 1949. As per according to the Banking Regulation Act 1949, the term bank may be defined the accepting for the purpose of lending or investment, the accepting for the purpose of lending or investment of deposits of money from public, repayable on demand or withdrawable by issue of checks and drafts. The term bank is defined by the Banking Regulation Act. The banking company accepts deposits from public, particularly to issue the amounts which are collected as deposits from public as loans and advances to various categories of individuals or institutions in the society. So in simple sense, bank accept the deposits from the public for having a particular purpose of giving loans and advances as well as for the investment purpose also. The banking companies keep some important books to record its business transactions. Let us try to know what are the important books or ledgers maintained by the banking companies. The first one, the bank maintains a receiving cashier counter cash book, and second one, paying cashier counter cash book, and the next current account ledger, it maintains saving bank accounts ledger, it maintains fixed deposits accounts ledger, it maintains and loan ledger, and next bills discounted and purchase ledger, and customer acceptance and endorsement and guarantee book also maintained. Among all these books or ledgers, two ledgers are most important. That is, the first one is cash ledger. Yes, the bank prepares a important book, that is cash book. It prepares a prime cash book to record all the cash transactions in the cash book. All the cash transactions made by the bank, the payments and receipts of all cash transactions are recorded in the cash book. And also the general ledger, the general ledger is the most important. The general ledger which contain control on all other ledgers. General ledger, it helps the bank to control other ledgers. So among all these ledgers, cash book is the most important because particularly the main business of bank, the main transactions goes in the bank. They are certainly cash payments and cash receipts. So keep the records accurately is essential. So that's why keeping the cash book is most important for every banking company. And as well as the general ledger also, it helps to control the all other ledgers. Besides maintaining these ledgers, bank also maintains some registers also. The bank keeps registers like bills for collecting register, demand draft register, share security register, jewelry register, and safe custody register. Bank maintains 5 important registers also. Slip system. Here, let us try to understand what is slip system. Slip system of posting. In bank, a bank must keep up-to-date records of all receipts and payments made on behalf of customers. To make up-to-date records, the bank may adopt a system that is called as slip system. For efficient and quick record of all transactions, bank generally adopt a method. The method is called slip system. In the slip system, slips are submitted by the various slips are submitted by the customers. Sometimes bank also prepares slips. Paying slips, drawing checks, these are the important slips which are submitted by the bank by its customers. Sometimes banks also prepare slips. Those slips are called as dockets. With the help of these slips, at the time of the end of the day, the banking company up to date all its transactions into concerned accounts. It is very important for every banking company. The bank has to up to date every account on every day. So that's why the banking company use the slip system. With the help of these slips, the banking company postings will be made against various accounts with the bank. So that's why slip system is adapted to record to maintain up-to-date record of all transactions quickly and effectively. Now let us try to let us discuss preparation of final accounts. Preparation of final accounts. The preparation of final accounts, in the part of preparation of final accounts, banking companies prepares a balance sheet and a profit and loss account. The Reserve Bank of India prescribed a revised format for preparation of banking companies' final accounts. These revised formats come into effect from 31st March 1992. According to the new revised formats, the balance sheet is treated as Form A. Here, in the preparation of final accounts, the banking company prepares a balance sheet and a profit and loss account. The balance sheet is called Form A, and the Form B is profit and loss account of a banking company. In the part of preparation of final accounts, the banking company prepares 16 schedules. 16 various schedules were prepared in the part of preparation of profit and loss account and balance sheet. So here, what is schedule? What is schedule? Schedule is nothing but the banking company, as per the prescribed new formats, it prepares schedules. The schedule is the banking company record the similar transactions in one place. Banking company, it brings transactions which were similar. It groups the similar transactions in record and records one place. That is called as schedule. In schedule, the similar transactions were recorded at one place. They are called as schedules. In the part of preparation of final accounts, 16 schedules has to be prepared. 16 schedules has to be prepared. Schedule 1 to 12 were concerned with the preparation of balance sheet. Balance sheet having schedule 1 to 12. And schedule 13 to 16 are concerned with the preparation of preparation of profit and loss account. In the balance sheet, the schedule 1 to 12 were recorded. The transactions under schedule 1 to 12 are recorded. In the balance sheet, the schedule number 1, that is capital, schedule number 2, reserves and surplus, schedule number 3, deposits, and schedule number 4, borrowings, schedule number 5, other liabilities and provisions. So let us try to notice schedule number 1 to 5 records capital and borrowings of banking company in the part of preparation of balance sheet. Schedule number 1 to 5 record of capital and borrowings, and schedule number 6, that is cash and balance with the RBI, and schedule number 7, cash balance with other banks and money at call at short notice, and schedule number 8, investments, and schedule number 9, advances, and schedule number 10, fixed assets, and schedule number 11, other assets were recorded. Here schedule number 6 to 11 are pertaining to record of different categories of assets, and schedule number 12, it is concerned with the record of contingent liabilities, particularly to record the bills for collection. So schedule from 1 to 12 are concerned with the preparation of balance sheet, and schedule 13 to 16 are concerned with the preparation of Form B, that is profit and loss account. Today in this my video lesson, I am going to concentrate how to prepare profit and loss account only. Today my video lesson is confined to preparation of profit and loss account and preparation of schedule 13, 14, schedule 15 and 16, and also the important adjustments regarding to the preparation of balance sheet will be discussed. Let us try to discuss in detail about preparation of profit and loss account, that is Form B. Let us see the pro forma of Form B, that is profit and loss account. Form B, pro forma of profit and loss account. Profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March. The pro forma contains particulars. The pro forma profit and loss account contains particulars, schedules, and the amount of current year is recorded in this column. In particulars, actually the profit and loss account contain 4 parts or 4 heads. The first head is income, and the second head is expenditures, and the third head is profit and loss, and the fourth head is appropriations. Profit and loss account, Form B, it contains 4 parts or 4 heads. The first head, it is income. It is income. Under first head, 2 schedules are recorded. Schedule number 13, that is interest earned. Schedule number 13, interest earned is recorded. While recording the amounts of banking companies, the 000 zeros are omitted because the value of transactions may be in large amounts. Take as 1 crore, 2 crores. So that's why the last 3 zeros are omitted. Under first head, that is income, interest earned 13 schedule is recorded, and 14 schedule, that is other income, also recorded. So here the part 1, income means it is the aggregate value of schedule number 13 and schedule number 14. It is the aggregate value of schedule number 13 and schedule number 13, that is interest earned, schedule number 14, that is other incomes. The aggregate value of the total value of 1, it denotes income of particular year of a particular banking company. And in the part 2 of profit and loss account, the second head is, that is expenditures are recorded. Expenditures are recorded under 2 schedules. Schedule number 15, interest expended. Interest expended by banking company, it is prepared under schedule number 15, is recorded in the profit and loss account under head expenditure. And other operating expenses, that is schedule number 16, it is also recorded under expenditure head. The aggregate value of 2, that is schedule number 15 and 16, the total, it denotes the total expenditure incurred by the during year by a banking company. Schedule number 15 and 16, the aggregate value of schedule number 15 and 16 is nothing but the total expenditure incurred by the banking company. And then the third part, here we are going to ascertain with the help of head 1, that is part 1, and head 2, the head 1 income and head 2 expenditure. Here we are going to ascertain under the part 3, that is profit or loss for the current year. How we can ascertain the profit or loss? The profit or loss, the result is the aggregate value of schedule number 13 and 14 minus the aggregate value of schedule number 15 and 16. It is nothing but the third part, that is profit and loss, is the result of deducting the total of schedule number, the total of part 2 is deducted from part 1. 1 minus 2. Part 1 minus 2, it would be resulted either profit or loss. If the outcome is positive, the incomes are greater than the expenditure, then that is treated as profit. This profit is pertaining to net profit for the current year. This is treated as current year profit. You record the same under this amount column. Then, if any information given in the problem regarding to profit or loss of previous year carry forwarded, suppose maybe it may be given in the adjustments, the information regarding to the previous year's profit or loss, it will be provided along with the problem. If previous year's profit is carry forward or brought forwarded, then the profit is added to current year profit. You add the previous year profit to current year profit. If it is the previous year, it is a loss, then you deduct from current year profit. Then you sum up these current year profit and the previous year profit. The total of this is called as total profit available with the banking company for making appropriations. Then part 4 of profit and loss account, that is appropriations. And one more important thing while recording the part 2. Part 2 also contains provisions and contingencies. So provisions and contingencies, actually it doesn't recorded under any special schedule. Provisions and contingencies, provisions may be kept for meeting of doubtful debts. Provision may be regarding to tax payables. These items will not be covered any schedule, but the provisions and contingencies also recorded along with the schedule number 15 and 16 in the part 2 of profit and loss account, that is expenditure. Provisions and contingencies included after recording schedule number 16 in part 2 only. So provisions and contingencies, first you calculate in a rough sheet, and then you enter the amount of provisions made by the banking company for the current year in part 2 expenditure after recording schedule number 15 and 16. Then part 3, it gives the result. The result may be profit or loss for the current year. Then any information regarding to profit of previous year is brought forwarded. Yes, it is added to current year profit. If it is loss from previous year, it is deducted from the current year. Then you sum up these total, these two items, current year profit and previous year profit. The total, it indicates the total profit available with the banking company for making appropriations. The part 4, it is appropriations. Here the banking company has to, how the banking company use its available profit for making different kind of appropriations. In appropriations, the first appropriation, that is transfer to statutory reserve. Transfer to statutory reserve. The transferring an amount of 25% on current year profits is mandatory for every banking company as per the Banking Regulation Act 1949, section 17. According to section 17, before declaring the dividends by a banking company, it must keep 25% as statutory reserve from current year profit. So 25% of statutory reserve should be, must and should be maintained if it is stated in the problem or not. Then if any information regarding to transfer of other reserves, then you transfer an amount as indicated in the problem. You transfer other reserves, and any transfer for proposed dividends, yes, then you allocate the amount as proposed dividends. And then after allocating these three reserves, if any balance is left, the balance is carry forwarded to balance sheet. The balance, after allocating these appropriation, if any balance, the balance, it is transferred to balance sheet. This is the pro forma of profit and loss account. Here simple to prepare the profit and loss account. It contains schedule number 13 to 16. Here schedule number 13 and 14 are recorded under part 1 income. Schedule number 15 and 16 recorded under part 2 expenditure head. And along with 15-16 schedule, you have to record provisions and contingencies. And the third part, that is the result of current year. It is simple to know, it is simple to find out the result. Deducting expenditures from income, it would be profit or loss. And any previous year profit is there, then you add to the current year profit. In part 14, you transfer, you make an appropriations against statutory reserve, other reserves, proposed dividends. After allocating these three appropriations, the balance is transferred to balance sheet. Now let us try to understand how to prepare schedule number 13, 14, 15 and 16. What are the items are taken into consideration while preparing schedule number 13, 14, 15 and 16. Now let us move to schedule number 13. Schedule number 13, it is interest earned. Schedule number 13, it is interest earned. In this schedule, the interest discount on advances and discount on bills are recorded. Schedule number 13 included interest, discount on advances, discount on bills, and income on investments also recorded in schedule number 13. Interest on balance with the RBI and other banks. Any interest earned on the balance with the Reserve Bank of India and other banks are recorded under schedule number 13 as income. Any other incomes also recorded in schedule number 13. So schedule number 13 contains interest, discount on advances, discount on bills, income on investments, interest on balance with the RBI and other banks. Then schedule number 14. Schedule number 14, it is other income. So other incomes includes 7 categories of incomes. Other incomes includes commission, exchange and brokerage, profit on sale of investments. Any profit is earned against selling of investments, it is treated as other income. Profit on sale of assets and profit on exchange transactions, profit on revaluation of investments. The revaluation of investments, if it is profit, it is also treated as other income. And income earned by way of dividends. Income earned by the way of dividends also included in schedule number 15, 14. And miscellaneous incomes also recorded schedule number 14. When you are preparing schedule number 14, one point to be noted. From item number 2 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, item number 2 to 5, if any loss against sale of asset or sale of investments, if any loss, then the loss is deducted. After deducting, the net amount is it should be shown in the schedule number 14. So loss would be adjusted against these items and only net value will be shown in the. So this is the total aggregate value of these items is called as schedule number 14, other incomes. Then next, schedule number 15, that is interest expended. Here banking company, the schedule number 15, it is the interest paid by the bank. So that's why it is called, yes, bank, definitely bank pays interest against where different kind of deposits with the bank. The customers, they deposit their amounts in the banks to earn the income as interest. So the banking company pays interest against deposits, then it is the expenditure. So the schedule number 15 includes interest on deposits. So interest paid to the deposit holders is expenditure, and interest on or Reserve Bank of India or interbanking borrowings. Any interest paid, borrowings from RBI or interbanking borrowings, the paid interest also included under schedule number 15. And any other expenditures, any other interest expenditures, if it is given, they are also included under schedule number 15. Then the total, it indicates total interest expended by the banking company. Now let us see schedule number 16, that is operating expenses. Schedule number 16 contains 12 categories of operating expenses. So after recording schedule number 15, interest expended, the remaining expenditures all are recorded under schedule number 16 as operating expenses. In the schedule number 16, operating expenses like payments to and provisions for employees, rent, taxes and lighting expenditures, printing and stationery, advertisements and publicity, depreciation on bank properties, directors' fee, allowances and expenses, auditor fee and expenses, law charges, postage, telegram, telephone, etc., repairs and maintenance, insurance and other expenses. This is the total of 16, schedule 16 operating expenses. So operating expenses includes all these items. So then after preparing, first before going to solve the problem, first the student has to prepare to find out the profit or loss of to prepare the profit and loss account. The student has to first prepare schedules. Schedule number 13 interest and schedule number 14 other incomes, and schedule number 15 interest expended, and schedule number 16 operating expenses. After preparing schedule number 13, 14, 15 and 16, then you can able to prepare the profit and loss account of the banking company. Now before going to preparing the profit and loss account, here some important adjustments are discussed. Here we have 4 adjustments. Actually these information provided along with the problem. As per the information provided, you have to make adjustments. The first adjustment, that is statutory reserve. Statutory reserve. It is important to know while preparation of profit and loss account. According to section 17 of Banking Regulation Act, every bank before declaring dividends, it must transfer at least 25% of the current year profit to a reserve called statutory reserve. So statutory reserve is a mandatory reserve. It is kept by the every banking company on 25% on current year profit. So statutory reserve, it is calculated on current year's profit 25%, and it is recorded in the profit and loss account under part 4, that is appropriations. And the second adjustment is provisions for doubtful debts. Yes, provisions for doubtful debt, this should be shown under after calculating the amount of doubtful debts, it should be shown provisions and contingencies. This is recorded, shown provisions and contingencies in profit and loss account, part 2 expenditure, after recording schedule number 16. And one more adjustment, that is provision for taxation. For provision for tax, it is also calculated in a separate rough page. Then after, it is also recorded under part 2 expenditure in provisions and contingencies. And the fourth adjustment, that is rebate on bills discounted. Rebate on bills discounted, this is also called as unexpired discount or discount received in advance. So this discount received in advance is deducted. It is made adjustment against schedule number 13. So the amount of discount received in advance is deducted from schedule number 13. So these are the four adjustments we have to remember. The statutory reserve, 25% on current year profit, provision for doubtful debts and provision for taxation, it is calculated a rough page and recorded under part 2, that is expenditure after recording schedule number 15 and 16, and rebate on bills discounted, that is discount received in advance, it is deducted from schedule number 13. So today class we discussed bank accounts of banking companies, the Banking Regulation Act, important ledgers, important books, important registers maintained by the bank, and the slip system of posting transactions into ledgers, and the preparation of final accounts. The part of preparation of final accounts, we concentrated only on preparation of profit and loss account, that is Form B. In the part of profit and loss account, we learned schedule number 13, 14, schedule number 15 and 16, and also we discussed some important adjustments regarding to the preparation of profit and loss account. Thank you.